Today we are here at Vorderman Volkswagen looking at this awesome 2019 Volkswagen Atlas. So this is a 2019 Volkswagen Atlas with some fuel, aftermarket wheels, and some big Bridgestone meaty tires. It's got a lift kit on it, and that Thule roof rack, or roof basket, I think is what they actually call it. And talk about a weird name, Thule. Thule. You choose how you want to say it. But basically, they've done what Vorderman Volkswagen has done to this makes it look awesome. I reviewed just a normal SEL Atlas in the past. Really like that car or the vehicle as just a normal SUV. But what Vorderman Volkswagen has done with this one, this SE, by adding these wheels and tires and lift kit and that roof rack, it's just made this car look so tough. It looks like I am blown away by how much I get looked at in this vehicle. I actually had somebody pointing at the car, just like, whoa, that's cool. What Vorderman Volkswagen has done with this car, or this Atlas, if you will, has really brought it to life. It looks so tough. It looks so cool. And I think you all already know that I really like the Atlas as a family SUV, a third row SUV. It's got plenty of room. It does all the SUV stuff as good as you could hope. And if you think the trunk space is a little small with that third row up, guess what? Now you got a Thule roof basket and you can put stuff in there. Problem solved. There are a couple just minor drawbacks to what they've done to this vehicle. That Thule roof basket, you can hear it. Once you get up to a decent speed, you can hear the wind noise. And obviously the fuel mileage is going to go down, and the tire noise, you're going to have some tire noise. But those are I like to call those minor sacrifices to have something the way you want it. This thing looks awesome, and to have a little more road noise than what you had before, I think the trade-off in looks alone is enough. Vorderman Volkswagen has also thought about the other drawbacks to putting bigger wheels, heavier wheels, a lift kit, and things like those on a vehicle. They've added a little more horsepower. Do I know how much? No. And they've done an intake and a little bit modified exhaust. They took the mid mufflers out of the exhaust. It actually gives it just a little bit more of an exhaust note. It's not bad at all. There's zero drone. You really only hear it when you give it a little more gas than your normal driving. So I'm not so much interested in the vehicle overall. What I'm interested in is if adding all this extra off-road goodies has made this a capable off-roader. So far, it really, it feels fine. These tires do great. Everything works really well. And even when you get into a little bit of mud, it seems to do just fine. Like right here is a little bit of mud. The suspension still feels nice and tight, and it feels like it handles everything really well. And then I like how the steering's light. I got it in off-road mode, and it does just fine. So when you're coming up around these bumps, this is just too much fun. This is really cool. It's not every day I get to play around off-roading. But I will tell you what, it feels like it's just fine. This isn't like heavy, hardcore off-roading. I'm not doing any rock crawling, but it feels good. This is cool. This is fun. And the car, the car is handling everything just fine. Yeah, I haven't felt one bit of traction control kick in. I haven't felt really any struggles with this at all. I mean, this thing is doing it just fine. And it's funny that something like this is putting this big of a smile on my face, where I'm just driving in between a field of beans and a field of grass, and it's fun. It's fun. It's like, I feel like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, but this thing is doing it just fine. And like, this is cool. This just feels fun, and it's handling everything just fine. It really is. Like, all the bumps and the changes in terrain is no problem. I mean, this is off-roading in Indiana. This isn't anything hardcore, but it's doing great. I'm so happy that Vorderman Volkswagen is letting me do this with one of their vehicles, actually taking it off-road, testing it out, seeing how good it's gonna do. I mean, this is fun. Let's try something that gets a little bit more different. Let's see. I'll go down this way. No problem. No problem. And we'll turn around. This spot's a little bit dirty, a little bit muddy. Nothing. No issues. Let's come up over here. Grass gets a little soft. Oh, goodness. This is good times. Good times in an off-roader. I mean, here's the deal. This car looks the business. I mean, it looks great. I mean, have you ever seen a little kid, like, put on sunglasses for the first time? He puts them on, and he's just like, yeah, you feel cool. That's what this vehicle does for you. It makes you feel cool. You see people looking at you. You see people, like, pointing at it, saying, check that thing out. I mean, it looks tough. And then when you take it off the road, it does just fine. So this is Justin. You'll recognize his voice if you listen to our podcast. So basically, I wanted to get kind of like a second opinion on this. I'm familiar with the Atlas. I mean, you were in that Atlas too that we reviewed before.
Yeah.
And this one's just a little bit lower trim. It's the SE. It's got some nice little packages like the leather seats and things like that. But I think they were smart too with using kind of a lower, a little bit lower class, like this is the SE, not the SL, and putting this stuff on it so it doesn't get crazy expensive too. But I love what they've done. I think it looks fantastic, and it's handling Indiana off-roading just fine.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of bumpy back here, but it's not too bad. And forgive the weird microphone thing, because this is new, 100% new. We just thought to do this like right now to add a second opinion. So, I mean, you felt the mud a little bit right there. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
and going from like my pickup to this, like you can tell a big difference in like the suspension and everything. So this is in a lot better shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an all-wheel drive system. It's not a four-wheel drive system. It's just all-wheel drive. The Volkswagen's 4Motion, and it did just fine. And right now we're reaping the benefits of going off-roading. You can hear all the mud
Mud's coming off.
Flipping off all the tires. But overall, I mean, I really like it. I'm super excited that we got to film this video because this is our first time doing anything off-road, and it was a ton of fun. Totally different experience, and I'm not an off-roader, but I think it did fine.
Yeah, it was a good time. Playing around the grass. We had a little bit of a hill we can go up and down, so that was cool.
Yeah. So, looks-wise, what do you think of the car?
I think it looks pretty good. The tires and the rims make it look great on the outside. Makes it look very rugged. Yeah.
Yeah, these are the Fuel Zephyr. I looked them up.
Okay.
That's the name of them, and it's got some BF Goodrich tires on them that are like off-road tires. I think it just looks great, and it's just I don't know. This is a really cool feeling vehicle. I think it's a lot of fun. But I want to give a big thanks to Vorderman Volkswagen for letting us do this video. This is a cool, totally different experience that we got to do. Check them out. There's a link in the description below, vordermanvolkswagen.com. They did all this themselves. This is something that they just wanted to build. I don't really know what they're going to be asking price-wise when this does go up for sale, but I know they're most likely going to sell it. This is a brand new vehicle in their inventory that they added these add-ons to it. So very cool. It's got that the cold air or aftermarket intake, and then they did the muffler delete and mid muffler delete, I should say, and it's really not super loud at all.
No, especially not in here,
And I think it sounds pretty good. It adds just a little bit of a note to it, and it sounds great. So thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. Check out our podcast where you can hear more of Justin's voice.
Oh yeah, it's a good time.
It's a good time. And check us out on Instagram. So thank you for watching, and have an awesome day. Vorderman Volkswagen has also thought about a couple of other... Hogging? No, it's not. And now Eli's in the shot. I don't know if this is going to work.
Which part?
This whole clip.
Okay.